We love
Nobody's
hip-hop.
taking care of him, fam.
Yeah.
And crashing out is an economy.
Waiting for it, and then if I'm on your ass, pause. I'd be like, "Oh, where's your check mark?
Where's
big
your
man?
check mark, Friday?
Big man? This it got erased.
Well, times are tough,
Someone
eh?
came with an eraser.
Times are super tough.
Yo, man, shaking it rough. He lost his check mark.
Yeah, what happened?
You don't have 1999, fam?
Yeah. We need to hear the struggle.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? And then if you talk about struggle and you didn't come from it, we know you lying.
Yeah.
So just like, get him out of here. You're a liar.
We love hip-hop.
What a verse.
Yeah, one of his hardest.
What a song.
I know.
Yeah, that's a great song.
Some classic hip hop right there.
Great one.
So we are it's the world's most smoked out podcast. We love hip hop. I'm your host of the most host, Friday Ricky Dread, aka Verified Rick, aka
Yeah.
no more AKAs for the week. No more AKAs for the week.
Right.
We out here.
Walk on him. Right.
Done talk.
Done
Done
talk.
talk. Hold on.
Right. Next is
We back. How we do? No pictures, please. No pictures. We over here, episode 448, Utopia Record Studio. We got Dusty Wallace in the mother building.
Oh man, you ain't gotta do all that. You ain't gotta do all that. You already know, dog. It's Dusty Wallace, aka Trapper John, Trappity Trap, whatever you want to call me. Smoother than a baby's bottom. That's how I do it. Cooler than the AC. You know what I mean? Keeping it positive as usual and never a suspect. You know how it is.
Let's go, man.
All right.
And back in the building, we got DJ Czar in the mother.
DJ Czar, a.k.a. the third tape brother, a.k.a. Young Shawarma. You know what I'm saying?
Young
Shawarma.
A.k.a. Habibi.
My shawarma.
A.k.a. Habibi, come to Dubai.
Habibi.
No.
Yo,
Habibi.
No.
Before we move on,
I can't go
Hello.
after that, man.
what's going on with the fit here today? Fit check.
Yo, man, I don't know. I feel like ever since the first episode, or actually the second episode, I went like the formal route, and I just kind of keep like upholding that. You know what I'm saying? And like I feel like I don't have good like regular swag. I'm either in sweatpants or I'm in a suit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have like good medium in between swag. So I'm like, yo, when you wear a suit, people take what you say a little more seriously. You know what I'm saying? And when I DJ weddings and stuff, this is how I be looking. This is like my gear, you know? So on brand, you know what I'm saying?
Czar.
Yo, shawarma.
They're like, yo, these guys started doing a podcast with their manager.
Why's the lawyer there? Why's the lawyer there? Who's this guy?
That's hilarious.
Yes.
Oh, and we got B3 in the building.
What up? B3 is on the Kizzle, guys. The voice of the
Guy.
B3.
We out here, man. B3 in the Kizzle, man.
What's up?
And yeah, man, another week of podcast madness for your head top. As I said, episode 448 on the road to 500. Let's get a couple of announcements, all that good stuff out of the way, quick, fast. Live show coming up. There is, you know what? I got some tickets on me. One second, gang.
Jeez.
I got some tickets on me because the Junk Show is coming down here. It's April.
Okay.
But there's some more dates, and I got some tickets. 1 second.
Jeez. We got tickets.
Squad up.
Where?
The members are going.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, man.
Of course. We're out there.
B3, you gonna be there?
Of course. You gotta
What do you
be.
mean?
We all there?
Man,
Oh,
certified
it's gonna be
members.
lit.
Don't give it to me now.
Bring
though.
some
I'll lose that.
shorties.
Got it.
B3
So-
got the shorties, eh?
I got some tickets for the Hamilton show, the Niagara show,
Oh.
and the Toronto show. So
Tour.
Toronto, April 18th. It's at the Smoke Show Barbecue and Brew. It's at 744 Mount Pleasant, so downtown. Okay, it starts at 7 p.m. Got a ticket. I can
Sir,
two
mark
tickets
that
I can
date
give
down.
away here. There's worth $25 a ticket. We'll do some trivia questions later on and stuff like that, and you know we'll continue the trivia for the tickets.
Yeah.
Hamilton show on the 19th. Okay.
Okay.
That's at the main stage. That's 747 King Street East. And then there's the Niagara show on the 20th. Oh, yeah, I got them all in order. At Camp Cataract. That's 4317 Queen Street.
Sick.
All right. So be there or be square. Jump in the comments. You know, once we drop those trivia questions and you know, let us know the answers. You get some tickets. You know what I'm saying? Also, MOP.
Yep. Where, Phoenix?
Again?
Phoenix Concert Hall?
Yeah. Let me find out on my phone quick fast. Let me go look up the boy Lord Fury. Big salute to Lord Fury. I know he's bringing him down. Ace on Eastwood is opening up.
Mm-hmm.
It is on March 30th.
Okay.
Over at the Phoenix nightclub.
Yep.
Okay, that's 410 Sherburne Street for the people who don't live in Toronto, but y'all know where the Phoenix nightclub is. All right.
Yeah.
So we got that out the way. Sponsors,
Yep.
get that out the way as well. You know what I'm saying? Well, not get that out of the way. We need the sponsors.
Obviously.
Big salute to the sponsors, Diamond Club. Hit them up on their Instagram page, Diamond_Club_Canada. They got the best piff, edibles, all types of good stuff. And you can find them on the 7 Days to Weed website. Use the code We Love Hip Hop and get yourself a little discount. And once again, hit them on their Instagram, Diamond_Club_Canada. Also, if you need some of that blem, hit up Steamin' Hot Grabba. There's a bag of grabba on the table right there. And we got, grabba shakers, all different types of good stuff. Hit them up on their Instagram page, Steamin' Hot Grabba, and use the code We Love Hip Hop for a little discount. Sane? All right. Gang, do you guys have anything that you guys want to talk about before we even get into anything? Because there's a bunch of different news stories I have written down here.
For sure.
Right? But like, there's always stuff going on. Y'all can see the news stories that I have here on the list here.
Ooh.
Let me know if there's anything, even out of the list, or anything that you guys have been seeing going on that you think is viral in y'all world.
That girl that was on, she was on a talk show. I think it was Dr. Phil.
Okay.
A young girl, and she just recently passed of AIDS, but she was living through it her whole life. She was born with it, right? It's not like she
contracted it.
Yeah, she was born with it. I forgot her name, man. So bad at names.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, but she just passed, and that was really to me big awareness, because I've noticed like it been popping back up in the world again. This issue of like AIDS.
Yeah, AIDS kind of fell off of the map right there. Like it's still around, obviously, but like it's not the hot shit no more.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just to see like now, like it's popping back up again. And then after to see like a girl who was the spokesperson for it, like the face for it, pass at 39 years of age. I was like, damn, she lived a long life. But it's,
39. Yeah, Haviah.
Yeah.
Haviah.
Okay.
Broadbent. Yeah, dies at 39.
Yeah, R.I.P. to her.
R.I.P.
Yeah, that was like, that hit me this week. I was just kind of like, whoa.
The girl who changed Magic Johnson.
Yeah, like big things. She was doing big things, man. So it was like to see it like come back up in the media. I was kind of like, whoa, that's an awareness thing, And it's good if we like show the kids,
wrap it up, man.
Yeah, protect yourself and know what you're doing out there. You know what I mean?
That pull-out shit is only good for not getting girls pregnant, and that don't even always work. Just, what I mean? Pre-cum.
Yeah. There's
always a chance.
There's all types of ways.
Friday, what I did want to mention is your Haviah Mighty interview.
Thank you.
Which was amazing.
Thank you.
How does the bar sound if I say it like this? Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it also happened faster than I thought it could. At the beginning of it, I was like, yo, super lost, like.
Yeah. This is never going to stop hurting.
Yeah, like.
The quality, the way you guys shot it. How did that even come about, bro? Like,
her team hollered at me actually last year during the springtime or like I went in the summer, but they hollered at me like in the spring. And they're like, we're putting together like a documentary / interview type thing. We want to know if you want to be a part of it. We have a payment for you, all that type of stuff. And if you're down and you agree with the amount, just come out.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I agreed with the amount. We didn't have to negotiate nothing.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, they even paid for my gas there and back. It was an experience,
cool.
man.
Okay, that makes sense that it was shot in the summer because it looked really warm outside.
Yeah, it was hot when we were doing the last few shots. I was like sweating, not just my regular like just sweating. Like it was hot as fuck out there. So, but at the same time, like we got to do like the shots in the living room, all the different places, and just to see the setup that they had over there, bro. I'm like, oh, I need more equipment, man.
Yeah, but their quality was crazy.
Yo, the shot on the little balcony,
crazy,
legendary.
That's sick because it's like. It's just conversating.
Yeah.
At that point. You don't see any of the set.
It reminded me of the old Much Music days.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Master T, or you know what I'm saying? Like he catches an artist and he gets the exclusives. You know what I'm saying?
I just wanted to have more views, to be honest. Like I'm looking at, like, it's not on our channel. Go check out the We Love Hip. Go check out the Haviah Mighty channel for the full interview. But because she's not into the mix up, she don't got 10 bodies or she's not smoking on ops and stuff like that, she doesn't get the same attention as the other artists. And she's got a freaking Juno, fam.
Yeah,
she performed at the Junos multiple times now.
man.
You know what I'm saying? But there's still people who jump in the comments and be like, who? That actually offends me, fam.
Yeah, it's them being ignorant to the fact that there's a artist that's at a caliber that could represent us.
Because she's working hard, and
Working
like
really hard.
people like her, Toby, different people, they're working hard, and then you got some smart ass on Reddit like, who? Why who? Because they're not freaking on Instagram telling people to go that they're smoking on such and such.
Yeah.
That's an insult to these people who are actually working on their art, man.
And they're actually making a living off being an independent artist.
Yes.
You know, they're not having to resort to do other things and then doing their music, you know? I think she serves as like a really good example of like what you can do if you just find your lane and not get involved. Exactly. And I did think it's weird because I remember seeing her with like those 4 other ladies. They had like a slaughterhouse kind of, what was it called? The sorority.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that a while back with like Lex Leosis and stuff. But then when I saw Haviah Mighty win a Juno, I don't know why, but like all me and my friends were like, yo, she has to be a plant. She's a plant. But like, I forgot that I seen her like on the come up. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that interview that you two did really address that like misconception for me, and probably for a lot of others too.
Can we stop there for a quick second? Why does the industry plant thing start popping into people's brains? Like, what causes those thoughts? Like, you explained that you seen her before, but then when you seen her pop up all of a sudden, like somewhere else, like way higher, you're like, yo, she must be a plant.
Yeah.
Right? And there's other people who've been accused of being plants, like even like the Bobby Altoffs of the world and all that. What makes our antennas go up?
Because they didn't see, they didn't see like the come up for real.
Progression,
Because as I recall, like she used to be with her sisters too. She has a sister that
Omega Mighty. I interviewed her.
Like she been doing it. I met her back in like 2010. You know what I mean? With somebody I know close, right? So I've always known her to do music. And I like when I seen her at the levels that she's going, I'm like, nah, she's supposed to be there. I never thought for like, you know what I mean? But if somebody's not noticing like your come up for real, they think it was overnight, right? And it's because it's like, how come I'm not there? That's how a lot of people are taking it into play, you know?
At the end of the day, in reality, when you put something out to the world, that's the first time people like are introduced to you and see you, right? So like if your song pops off, it's the first time for millions and billions of people seeing it, right? Right? And then this whole industry plant thing, like unless the person they're calling an industry plant doesn't have like documented like come up
your whole history,
right? Unless they don't have that and they can't really track them down, like the whole industry plant thing kind of doesn't last long, because then people start to dig into, oh wow, they actually rapped their whole life. Oh, they've been doing shows since they were like 6. Oh, right? And then it kind of fades, right? But then in some cases, a lot of those artists that blow up like that and they're being seen for the first time by everybody, right? They don't have documented come up. They never really, shot the videos of them younger doing all the footwork and all of that, right? So, to people it might be like, oh, this is their first song, first thing. How are they all of a sudden in the industry position that quick? You know?
But they've been in there. They've been working it to get there for
some
a long
even
time.
like we're writers for others, or like we're doing the footwork for others
behind the scenes.
True.
PR for some label, and then ended up being a part of like the writing process of a song, and then boom, now you're the artist, right? So like but people don't see that, because the moment you put it out, that's the first time they think, okay, they did this last week and they put it up. That's it.
Nah, man.
And I think people accuse certain artists of being industry plants because there are actual industry plants. There are artists that the industry will specifically push out of nowhere. Maybe it's because they're trendy, or their look is trendy, or their sound is trendy, so they're trying to compete with the other record labels and compete with those artists. I think it's almost like a compliment if you're that good that people have to accuse you of like, being an industry plant of this kind of conspiracy. Like, you're kind of doing the right thing, but you definitely have to give your flowers to those who put in, the footwork and actually like grinded, and so shout out to Haviah Mighty.
No, salute
and
Haviah Mighty.
shout out that interview, man. It was really, really good.
Yeah, man. There's one thing that's off our list here that I've been seeing moving around, and I don't know if any of you guys been seeing this. Risa Pisa. So she's a TikToker who has this TikTok series called Why the F Did I Get Married?
Oh, I did see that.
Okay. It's 10 minutes each. She has over 55 segments of it. And there's pieces on YouTube that I'm seeing right now that are like, people have put the whole thing together.
Yeah.
And they're like 7 hours and change.
Wow.
Like for complaining about why she shouldn't have got married?
No. She's not complaining, right? She basically, she got with some guy during the pandemic. Okay, and this is just from the reactions. Look, I put why the F, and the first thing that popped up on the top of the thing.
Did I get married?
Did I get married? Okay, I'll show you some of the. Look at this one. 4 hours, part 1 to 30. 4 hours and 39 minutes. That's 1 to 30. This one right here, 1 to 50. 7 hours and 26 minutes. What she's basically explaining, and all the YouTube reaction people and everybody's going crazy about, she met some guy during the pandemic.
Yeah.
He helped her with like a tire or something like that. That's how she met him, right?
Yeah.
And I'll give you guys the condensed version. He swept her off her feet. They get married. And then all of a sudden, he just keeps on having these excuses for why he can't buy the house. Every time they're getting closer to getting the house, something happens. The realtor this, the money this, da-da-da-da. And apparently he has money. He's paying for the whole crib. She don't know how to pay no rent. Yeah. But he's constantly lying. They were supposed to get a car. He never got the car. But then all of a sudden he got his BMW for his work. It comes to, by the time they get to like part 10 or whatever, they find out that the guy was married, had kids and all that. He wasn't divorced from his prior wife. Yeah. The woman, how she found out about him is his social security number that he put on the marriage certificate. And this woman's a cop. She's a state trooper.
Whoa.
Okay. So she didn't even see all these red flags as a cop.
She's an idiot.
Yo, fire her from the department, bro.
I don't trust her with a gun.
But she seen the social security number. She took a visual like memory of that, went and looked it up, and noticed it didn't connect to nobody. It didn't connect to him.
She's detective.
And then she started getting fished.
She's getting rolled.
First of all, she's not allowed to do that. Is she allowed to just search up someone's social security
Detective
like that?
Well, fam, this is like after like I think a year and change from what I recall of this guy constantly.
His probable cause.
Yeah, because he keeps on saying
it's called Roro.
Like I think he was mind fucking her. Like, yo, I'm gonna get a house, and then the house never happens. Yeah. Or I'm gonna get you a car, baby. The car never happens. Yeah. But he's paying all the bills, so it's not like he's broke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She even asked him to show me the money. And then he showed her the accounts and stuff. Everything's correct, but he stays lying.
He knows what he's doing.
The band came out too and was like, yo, fam, that's not true. He's supposed to be a relationship expert.
What?
Whoa.
This is insane.
Hold on.
Yo, fam.
Plot to it.
This has to become a Netflix movie.
Oh, that's why it's 7 hours long.
Yeah, it's already a movie.
Every hour there's a new episode, and it's like different stuff happening.
Yeah. I can't even watch. I haven't even clicked on it. You can see there's no red bar or anything. I haven't clicked on it because I just watched the reaction people who break it down into like smaller, like condensed parts of the story, fam.
And it's crazy.
Yo, fam, people are I'm gonna clip this and make this a clip, fam. People are eating off of this story right now, bro.
That's crazy.
Like she went from 100 and something thousand followers on TikTok. Now she has like 2.2 million followers on TikTok.
Well, good for her.
Good for her.
In like less than a month.
But it's like you know what? She's actually relating to some people's problems right now.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean? If a motherfucker was thinking like, yo,
a big
why
market
did I get
there.
married? You know, like now there's someone really going through the same shit. Oh my god.
The wasn't there like a Netflix special on the Tinder swindler?
The Tinder swindler, yeah.
That guy was doing. that
was a real life thing.
Bad people are chasing me. Right?
My enemies.
And that was a real life story that this guy was really doing to people, and people made a series off of that. Netflix made money off of that.
Huge though.
I feel like it's kind of almost a common thing where like women will get with a guy and then like months or years later they find out this guy has a whole nother life. You don't even know his real name, fam.
Yeah. It's called holding a fake relationship.
Dang.
That's regular, fam.
Yeah, that's regular.
That takes skill.
Yeah.
I feel like as a dude, you have to have the craziest poker face to pull that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could pull that.
It's called survival.
Just wear the glasses,
man.
bro.
You gotta have two
keep the
separate
glasses on.
phones. You gotta
Not even.
keep the glasses on.
Keep the glasses
Not
on.
even.
Not even two separate phones is
Not
crazy.
Even. Not even.
Gotta do another.
No,
I'm not
it's
gonna give it away. I'm not giving it away.
He's gotta be a good
Yo,
talker.
tell
I
me
don't know
off
from
camera.
experience.
Tell me off camera.
No. It's
This
just
gotta
like,
be
you
a
know,
good talker,
He's
man.
like, download this
Yeah.
app.
No, but my cheating times, like I'll say for me, when I was like back in my days on like the cheating shit,
Yeah.
we didn't have the technology that we have now.
No.
So it's easier to not get caught.
No, back then it was easier to get caught.
Why?
Like you can get the phone bill, and then like if you don't intercept the phone bill, if it's going to the same place that you and your shorty live,
Or some shit.
You
Yeah.
see the calls?
Like I've had that happen to me back in the days where she goes through the phone bill and sees all the calls, 4 a.m.
Yeah.
They don't do that no more. Nobody's sending out no
They
paper
just go through your
phone
phone.
bills. Yeah, they don't. They would have to go through your phone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now there's all these different things you can put this person's number at this, what kind of ring,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
put this person
All
on
types.
block.
Different apps
and,
you can
Yeah.
use, you know?
Yeah. You
silence
can hide
the-
it, silence it.
Like,
You could.
fam, like if
That's
you
all
want to
thing.
be a cheater now, like you
Yeah.
can go, you
Yeah,
could do somersaults in the cheating world,
Of
fam.
course.
Back in the
Now
days,
is the
fam, like
time.
it wasn't that easy, bro.
No, it wasn't. You got to really be on some player shit.
Yeah.
Holy cheating on the house phone that you and your girl both
House
it's
phone.
crazy.
I won't even lie. I see,
It's
Nah, get off the
crazy.
phone.
I see my pops do it.
Oh, that's skill.
Yeah.
That is skill.
So, and we're past that
yeah.
technology.
Oh,
Like,
for sure.
imagine those, like the rotary. Back on the rotary phone, like before there was even
Call
two-way
twice.
calling.
How you would know it's the girl, the next girl, she would call twice. Call once, ring.
Let it ring one.
Hang
Oh
up,
yes,
and she
remember
calls
that.
back.
Boom.
I am
know what I
actually
mean?
old enough to remember that.
Yeah.
Holy.
There's
But
a-
not
know
for
what I
the cheating,
There's
but just like
plays,
to know
man.
that somebody's calling, that somebody's specific.
Yeah.
You let it ring once, and then you call back again.
Yeah. And then you know it's them.
That's crazy. There's actual plays.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pager codes.
Yeah.
Right?
Pager codes
Code
is
red.
crazy.
Right? Put a,
Yeah.
a specific
blue.
code in the pager, you know, okay, that's so and so.
Yeah.
You call that person back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
just normal in life in general. Doesn't even have to be your cheating. Like that's how it would be.
Yeah. But like now, the stuff that y'all have at your disposal,
Yeah.
it's scary, fam. Like I
Madness.
feel bad for women. Like
Or men.
Or men.
Yeah,
Or men.
vice
Or
versa.
us men,
Women
yeah,
are
vice
off the
versa.
hook, man.
Women are
are
the
women in
worst.
this
The red
city are
pills,
not off
the
the hook.
RPs are in the
They're-
building.
I still think cheating was easier.
Before
easier. back
we
in the day.
we pick sides. The women in the city are not safe off of that one.
I forgot I'm in a room with some RP niggas in
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
You guys are, what about the women? Don't forget about those modern women.
Hey, come on, man. Come on, man.
Right.
No, but it's true, man. But yeah, man, salute to all the people out there who are not cheating.
Yeah.
Never,
the
never do
loyals,
business.
the
Never do
loyals.
business with a man that cheats on his wife. You know what I mean? 'Cause then they'll- You know what
Cheat
I
on a
mean?
wife, they're gonna cheat on a business.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Cheat
yeah,
you out
yeah,
of the
yeah.
business.
Cheat you out of your money.
Yeah,
That's
when
it.
you're.
But you don't think these ultra billionaires are like cheating on their wives all the time?
Oh, for sure, man.
I would still do business with them. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's considered cheating when it comes
Yeah.
to certain like the ultra billionaires
Uh,
because I think a lot of the time their wives know Wagwan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
and
I know
she's
you
probably
guys
messing
think
with the pool boy too.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
especially like when they're super old and shit like
Yeah.
that. They're like,
And
you,
super
you
rich.
know he's going to get a little bit estranged from like
Yeah.
them like the 26-year-old chicks that are at the party or whatever. You know what I'm
massage.
saying?
Yeah.
Get a massage and get a little happy ending.
Right? I'm not saying that it's okay, shorty.
No.
Just chill.
No, it's not.
That's not gonna be me in the future.
No.
Swimming in the ocean of money and stuff like that. So Scrooge McDuck.
Get the 10 bitches in here.
Bring them in here.
I feel like some Asian today.
Yeah.
Okay. I got some stuff here. Big salute to the sponsors, Diamond Club, with delivery all over the GTA and now all across Canada. They got the best selection of flour, edibles, and pens, and all types of goodies that you need. You can find them on their Instagram page, DiamondClub_Canada, or you can find them on the 7 Days of Weed app as well as the Leafy Things app. Let them know that you heard about them through the We Love Hip Hop Network, and they may give you a discount. Big salute to Diamond Club. Cheer! I got verified.
Yeah.
I seen
Hold on,
that. I
where's
seen
the-
that. Yo, play a
Hold
little
on.
sample here.
I need some kind of I know, right?
Ooh, we love hip hop. We
Right?
Where's my late air?
How did that? Did you
On
do
the
you get
free
like an
skis,
email? Do you?
No, I applied
Oh, you
I-
applied.
because I don't know if people know you can apply for a verification. You might not get accepted
Mm-hmm.
because I've been applying for years. Right? You go into your settings area. I don't know. There's a couple more steps now, but you go scroll and you'll find request verification,
Yeah.
and then you have to like give them some information, give
Yeah.
them a copy of like either a driver's license, passport, or whatever. You put your full name in, and then there's areas for putting links, and it's optional for those parts. For putting links to like, and it'll give you choices: article, or news article, social media, or other. Right. So I put in links from articles that we've been covered in, that I've been in, different things, and like I've been doing this over and over again. When you don't get accepted, it says you were not accepted. Try back again in 30 days. Right. So you see that over and I've been seeing that probably 10, 20 times. I've been applying for a long time, bro.
And then you get it.
Then I get it.
Right.
I didn't expect to get it. I just applied. I was watching Netflix with Shorty, freaking did all the different things, put all the information in, and just closed the app. Woke up the next morning, you were verified.
Yeah. See, I was getting a lot of people could get scammed by that too, because you got people that be like, "Oh, I work on the board, and I'm gonna give you like whatever, give them $30, and then you'll see the check mark later." And I'm like, bro, I will never. Do not fall for that, young rappers. Huh?
You can pay for it now.
Yeah, Meta verified.
Yeah, Meta verified.
There's a difference with that apparently.
Yeah,
and I didn't even know that neither.
Right.
Like big salute to Straight Out the Six. Like they're like, yo, I know that you got the check mark from Instagram because your name is not in the bio. Your government name.
Your government name.
I didn't know that was a thing, fam.
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Yeah, you'll see some rapper Instagrams, but then you'll see their full government name with the verified. And it's like, okay, you're paying every month. You're probably paying like, what, $20 a month?
Yeah, $19.99.
But bro, what if you don't want people to know your govy? So your govvy's exposed when you pay for it?
If you're a rapper going by your govy, then it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, but a lot of these guys be drill rappers, fam. I don't think they want people to even see their face far less more to know their govy.
I know.
So a lot of guys are just not getting the check because they don't want to have their govy out there.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I didn't realize that.
But I feel like the weight of having a blue check when you pay for it is not even relevant. It's not official. It doesn't even have that feeling of an actual blue check.
You earned it.
Yeah.
How many people are checking though? Because like for me, who I feel like I'm pretty social media fluent, right? Like I know my shit.
Yeah.
I never knew that. But I didn't go read through all of the different qualifications. I just assume if you have like 1,200 followers or if you have like 3,000 followers and you got a check mark, you paid for it.
You paid for it.
That's how I look at it.
Right.
Or if you even have like 11,000 followers, you might have paid for it.
Yeah.
You
I
know
don't
what I'm
really
saying?
see anybody past under 10 that has it.
Yeah.
That is getting it really.
No, but people have them.
Yeah, yeah. But like it being like
But
real.
it depends what they do too. Because I've seen
it
people in films and stuff like that
Yeah.
still have like a low, Instagram following, but they're in films.
Yeah.
And they have it.
Or people who linked up with a label.
Yeah.
And then because they linked up with a label, they might have like 7,000, 8,000 followers.
Yeah.
But the label got them the check mark.
Yeah.
They have a guy over at Facebook or Meta now and said, okay, get my artist a check mark.
Check mark.
You know what I'm saying? So that I've seen that a few times too, before you were able to pay for it. Right? Listen, I'm grateful, but the pessimist part of me is like, because I didn't know that those were the things, now I know, right? I still don't feel like it holds the same weight as before you could pay for it.
Yeah.
Because now everybody's walking around with a check mark, going into people's DMs and shit like that.
Yeah.
Does it mean now, because I have an official one, if I DM somebody famous, that it won't get stuck in the request section? Because I see check mark people in my request section.
You still go to the request, but seeing that visibly, somebody's gonna pay attention to you more than they would
in the comments.
Like in the DMs. If let's say a celebrity would go there in their request, they're gonna scroll down and see probably hundreds of ones that don't have that, right? But the moment they see yours, they'll probably look twice and go, "Oh."
Will mine float to the top? Because like I said, there's check mark niggas in my request section. I've checked. You know what? I'm saying too much.
Are they
they paid for it.
Are they at the bottom or are they at the top?
No, there's just somewhere in there. They're not even near the top.
So then it doesn't.
They didn't pay for it. They pay for it.
Oh, okay.
Right? I know they paid for it. There's times that I've checked the message and I'm like, hey, how can I get on the show or whatever? And I'm like, you got a check mark. And then I go look, they have like 11,000, maybe 12,000 followers. In my assumptions, I'm like, oh, you paid for it, because not everybody can just pay for it. Right? So, but because you got a check mark, all of a sudden, I'm just going to say, yo, pull up for an interview? No, you paid for it.
Yeah.
They got to get a separate check mark. I think they should have like
Yes.
a little bit of a like maybe light blue versus dark blue. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Like,
like,
they
di-
gotta have-
different.
No,
It has an outer shape on it. Like one could be like a star, or one could be like a different. Like,
yeah.
Some kind of differentiation that you
Yeah.
can see that this person is official Instagram and this person paid for it.
there's
yeah, they should
different
have that
levels,
distinction. 100%.
different levels to the shit.
Yeah, but then it
Yeah.
beats the purpose of those nerds who wanted to be cool when they first invented Facebook and Instagram to fit in, right?
You're the ones who paid for it?
Yeah, they need to fit in.
Tough.
I get you.
Tough.
I get you, but
You
that's-
bought it.
I know.
And the shit is expensive,
I
fam.
know, a month?
I'm not paying $19.99
Say
a
you
month for a
forget to
check
pay,
mark, fam.
say you forget to pay 1 month and it disappear.
That's what I'm thinking, fam. Shit isn't always sweet, right? So, like, let's say I paid for it, and then my credit card doesn't pass in July, and my check mark disappears. I'm gonna look crazy.
I would be waiting for it, and then if I'm on your ass, pause. I'd be like, "Oh, where's your check mark,
Where's
big
your
man?
check mark Friday?
Big man, this it got erased.
Well, times are tough,
Someone
eh?
came with an eraser.
Times are super tough.
Oh,
Still.
man, shaking it rough. He lost his check mark.
Yeah, what happened?
You don't have 1999, fam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you might not, and you just don't want nobody to know that,
Yeah.
right?
Then but
Now your check mark's gone. Now everybody knows you broke.
And they know your government name.
and they know
And they know your government, and they know you're broke.
and they know you're broke.
So when they're
That's
kicking your back in on Twitter, they're calling you your govy and broke.
and broke, and your check mark disappeared. Where is it?
Come on, fam. That's why I'm like, yo, don't get me wrong. I'm not like looking down on anybody.
No.
Because I've thought about it. I've looked at
Yeah.
the thing and I'm like, can I keep that up for years?
No.
Mm.
Say you forget to pay 1 month.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's what ran through my head. I'd be
Sometimes
like,
my
damn, I'm
Rogers
busy.
is hella behind, fam.
You know
Like,
what I
come
mean?
on. Fam.
You know what I
They're
mean?
telling me, yo, your phone's about to go off. I'm like, okay, I got you today. I got you today.
Or you end up in the credit bureau for a check mark from Instagram. That's crazy
Come
too.
on, fam. I can.
But yo, I have a question. Like, why is calling someone broke a diss? I feel like it's only a diss if they look like they're rich and then they're not rich. But if you're just like lower middle class, low, like, you know, like being
Yeah.
broke is just like, it's a part of life. Like most people in the world are under the poverty line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
why is that a diss?
It's a combination of, I would blame hip hop, but it's a combination of social media.
Yeah.
Because
It's just a low blow.
and social media shows highlights, fam.
Mhm.
Like the time that you do see a low light is maybe somebody, I'm in the hospital right now, right? But that's the only times you might see them when they're low.
Yeah.
But every other time, they're not showing you when they're like, oh, my thing didn't clear.
They
Or,
screenshot their overdraft. They're like, yo, minus 181.
Yeah.
I went to the bank machine and I couldn't get no money out and I filmed the whole thing. Nobody does that.
Yeah.
We should do that. I feel like that's more relatable, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I can't relate.
Be like, God damn it.
Yeah. Oh, I
what I
went to
mean?
the gas station, only put in $10. Nobody's like filming that. Fam.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right? They're only giving you the highlights.
But I can
I'm on
admit it. I've done it.
vacay. We could all,
I've
we
done it.
all do it.
Yeah.
We've all gone through it.
Yeah.
But nobody's giving you that on Instagram on their feed. Like, yo, times are rough.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm on a trip. Oh, I got some stacks. You know, I got a new car or I'm in a car or whatever. Like you're only giving, especially when you're like in like some kind of place like you're a public person.
Mhm.
You're not trying to give people your shit times, bro.
Mm.
So this is what people are seeing all the time.
You're trying to
fam.
uplift, right? But
Yeah.
like a lot of times is it pretentious? Is it like, you know, like is it
It's like ideal. It's like not
No,
realistic.
no, are you filling in a gap that's missing?
It-
Because
it
really
is.
if I went and bought a Lambo, I don't really gotta, you know what I mean, put it on the gram, bro. You know?
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't even know I have it until maybe really I'm with my niggas and they want to put it on there and I'm in it.
Yeah.
That's how I would make it go down. You know what I mean? I just wouldn't get on the gram and start posting my life because you would really see me living it. If you know what I mean? If you're
Mhm.
really living the life. So
Mm.
I see what you're saying, but those are for people that need that social media clearance, I feel.
But that's why when people call you broke, it's supposed to be a thing.
It's supposed
Because
to hurt your
nobody
fucking feelings.
sees the broke times. You only
Yeah.
see on publicly the good
Yeah.
times. So when somebody's broke and you see them in public, let's say you film somebody with dirty sneakers,
Yeah.
right? You'd be like, yo, that nigga's broke.
Yeah.
But yo, what if you turn around and you're like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of removes the power. Like it only affects you as much as you let it. And I feel like let's be real, like the majority of people, we can relate more to brokenness than being ultra rich. But when we listen to music, we're listening to music about man's talking about how much money they have.
Yeah.
But like there were certain rappers that would talk about how broke they were, and it was more relatable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
back in the days.
bring back broke rap, dog.
Yeah.
I need
Those
something,
guys
I need
still
something to
exist.
listen to.
Yeah, where's the broke rappers?
No, those guys still they exist, but now they're part of the underground, and not the underground that we talk about, like the Toronto rapper underground. I'm talking about like, I guess the backpacker scene, the lyrical scene. Like there's some real good lyrical music out there that man's are like, yo, I'm stressed. I can't rub two pennies together. Had to go outside with, you know what I'm saying? And they're talking, and they're super lyrical.
Yeah.
But they're not getting as much streams as like the guy who's talking about is AP or whatever, bro.
Yeah, but then 2 days later, you see them online getting caught for a fake watch, anyways.
That's
so it's
That's
like,
worse.
right?
Yeah.
Just to keep up with the times, just to keep
Yeah.
up with the Joneses,
Yeah.
Yeah.
nigga.
I feel like if a rich person met you and you were acting like you were rich, but you were broke, they wouldn't respect you. But if you were like just broke, they would respect you more than the person pretending not to be broke, but is broke.
Yeah.
You
If they
know?
see that you're broke, but you're motivated,
And you're not
you
asking
come
them
in
for
with
nothing.
some good talk, and they're like,
Yeah.
hey, you know what? I see you're broke, but I'm gonna show you how to get rich.
Yeah, they'll give you an opportunity.
Yeah,
They may not give
yeah.
you money, but they'll give you an opportunity to make some.
But if you come in all cocky, pretending that you're
Oh.
rich, but you're faking it,
Yeah,
you'd be like, this guy's a loser.
Yeah.
I don't want to do business with him. He's
Yeah.
a fraud.
Mhm. I want to add one last point on this broke stuff. Like one time I was DJing for like a bunch of rich people, and I knew, I'm like, yo, I'm the brokest person in this room, but they're having a great time. And I was thinking like, I think all the best entertainers that we've ever had come from poor backgrounds.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of rare that you see a super elite entertainer that came already from a rich background. Why do you
Yeah.
guys think that is?
Well, when it comes to music, I know for the most example that happens,
It's more relatable.
it's more relatable. Like,
Yeah.
who the sons of all of the rappers who came up after, nobody could relate to like Lil Romeo, already rich, your dad's
Yeah.
rich. You know what I'm saying? So all your raps are about being rich.
Yeah.
Like, fam, like we want to hear some about the struggle.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
How'd you get rich?
Yeah.
Not because you're a Nepo baby.
Yeah.
All of the Nepo baby rappers, they're not popping, fam. Not from rap.
How about Diddy's son?
No.
Who's checking for freaking
No,
what's the King
King Combs?
Combs?
King
No.
Combs, yeah.
Come on. No
J-
disrespect, but like nobody's like really
Jada's-
on him.
Jada's son.
Mm,
He's doing a 1-2.
fam, I know Jada has a son.
Yeah.
You're putting me on to the fact that he raps in real time right now.
He rapping. He rapping. He
You know what
rapping.
I'm
He
saying?
doing his
I
thing.
had no idea.
Yeah, he rapping, man. He rapping. He
Right?
rapping.
There's whatchamacallit, Jaden Smith.
Oh man.
He
come
had
on.
the
He
one
had some
I-
songs
yo,
he
though.
I
had
can't-
some songs, but we're not
I
gonna
can't
act
live
like Jaden Smith is the guy that we're the go-to
No.
when 5 people drop an album.
And he's not relatable
At
either.
all.
Nobody's relating to Jaden's life, bro. I'm
No.
sorry.
It's a very unique life.
Not any of us on ground level.
Yeah,
Mm.
You know what I'm
He's a
saying?
weirdo.
You have to be a Nepo baby to maybe relate.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Mm.
those guys don't be popping, fam. We need to hear the struggle.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm
True.
saying? And then if you talk about struggle and you didn't come from it, we know you lying.
Yeah.
So it's like, get him out of here. You're a
Yeah.
liar.
Like what's his name's son?
Oh,
man,
T.I.
from-
T.I.'s
no, yeah, his son.
Standing on business.
Yeah,
Oh,
Nah, bro,
he's-
you're at your
yeah.
grandma's house standing on
Yeah,
business.
yeah.
But he's serious. Like he really wants to show that he is
Standing on business.
stand on business.
That might get him hurt.
Yeah, but we're laughing at
At
him,
him,
not with
him.
him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for him. Like, and I think he knows it too, so he's just gonna make the money. But we're not like, oh, we actually take this guy serious. His name is King too, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
We're not taking him serious.
Yeah.
Like, yo, okay, but he might be standing on business a little bit. Like, no, get out of here,
But
bro.
why is it that we're okay with a broke rapper pretending to be rich, but a rich rapper pretending to be broke is like where we draw the line? You know what I'm saying? They're both kind of like
Fake it till you make it.
faking it.
We're
yeah.
okay
Yeah.
with fake it till you make it because it's like, all right, everybody's, I can't say it for everybody, but a lot of people have bought a fake piece of jewelry here and there
Hmm.
or a fake piece of designer here and there because they want to fit in. So you can
Mm.
relate to that more than
Mm.
the rich guy trying to be broke. You're like, bro, why you want to be one of us?
Yeah.
Get out of here,
Get
bro.
outta here. You
We're
made it.
broke. We got real problems,
Yeah.
man. Go
Can't-
back to your freaking
Can't take
mansion,
this from
bro.
us too.
Yeah. You want to okay, fam, you know these the guys who will come to the hood and they got money.
Or no, they live in the suburb. Like they actually live behind the hood. in the houses or something. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, a lot of the times those guys would get used. Man, them won't go to their crib, use their crib as the chill spot.
Ball
because
up in the crib.
Man, all stealing from the crib.
Stealing from them, doing all kind of wild shit because they're like, we're going to use this rich kid.
Yeah.
Like, we're from the struggle.
But not knowing that if they were actually genuine with him.
Yeah, he would have held you down.
Or just showed you how his parents got it.
But his parents got it, though.
Yeah, but they're showing him how to maintain it or to keep it or how to get it too. So, and then you'll see he'll fade off from them motherfuckers because they burnt their bridges with him.
Yeah.
With no highway paved. And then they see him blading by them in the newest car. And they still on the block kicking rocks.
But when we're kids, we're not thinking about the long term. When we grow up and homie's in his 30s, he's comes from generational wealth, right? He might be able to he might help you when you're down, when you're in your 30s too.
Yeah, because you
might have made a shitload of money and then you're down, but you're still cool with this guy. You didn't screw him over when you're a kid and steal his friggin' whatever, his PlayStation or whatever.
His one of the games,
you know what I'm saying? Oh, he got it.
Yeah.
Like, this is the shit that happens, fam. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's a struggle between the haves and the have-nots, bro. You know what I'm saying? I also want to give a prayers out to Wendy Williams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
She's dealing with something called astasia. I'm gonna pull up an article just to
like
get
Alzheimer's. Bro?
She also has that too, dementia, and I could personally relate because my mom she passed from dementia, right?
Yeah.
That right there to be losing your mind, that is my fear. Holy.
You'd rather go through physical distress at the end than mental.
Yes. I just from me seeing it even like in real time, like your mind slowly goes away. You go into these spells where like you just go into an old loop into back in the days or retell stories that you just told like over and over again.
Yeah.
You could even go through like hallucinations and stuff.
Yeah, see,
like my mom used to have hallucinations.
Seeing her, like her other people that have already passed or something.
Yeah, or just seeing people sitting on the steps in the house and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's called aphasia.
Yeah.
Now the aphasia part of the dementia or that condition there causes you to have like long pauses or like it starts affecting your speech.
Language, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's been some times where Wendy Williams, she kind of just froze on camera and like that was like hot on camera. That was part of like the early signs of the aphasia.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where she would just freeze up.
Freeze up, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And apparently there's a few times that she collapsed.
Collapsed, on set.
Yeah.
On live.
So unfortunate.
Yeah. Now, there's people who are like, karma, bitch. How do y'all feel about that? Do you think, because Wendy Williams is a very polarizing character. You know, over her Hot 97 days, before she even got into the TV, she was kicking backs in, bro. You know what I mean? Exposed and what we do, like what people do now.
Yeah.
Right? The whole exposed culture. Like we see mad YouTube videos. This is all a product of Wendy Williams' style of content back in the days. She had pictures of Diddy that she said that, you know, with him and another man.
And then he got her fired though.
Got her fired. You know what I'm saying? Like she revealed that Method Man's wife had cancer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When like that was like just something in between them. Like she's done a lot of things in the industry where some people are like, yo, that's your karma.
It's for
tricky.
her to say it. It's for her to know it's her karma. You know what I'm saying? It's not for anybody else to, because they ain't God. So how could you say it's their karma?
Only God knows if it's karma or not. Like everything's written in stone. I think like pre-written in destiny, but it's kind of rude to like just be like, oh, you deserve it because of all the stuff you talk. Like, you know, it's still like an unfortunate health event. You know what I'm saying? And I think, and let's not forget, Wendy Williams brought the world Charlemagne.
Yes,
who,
she did.
You know what I'm saying? Like she put on, and I'm not gonna lie, like I wasn't too aware of her previous stuff, but like I would watch some clips of like her talk show or interviews, and I thought she was entertaining and like
super entertaining.
You know, like she's good at her job. Obviously, like a lot of it was gossip centered or you know tabloids, blah blah blah. But she was good at her job. She was at the top of the game. You know what I'm saying?
She set the bar for a lot of the. Like I said, the stuff that we watch now, the kind of content, YouTube reaction, people who are like digging up dirt on people and all that type of stuff, they don't realize it. But that kind of stuff became popular in the 90s and stuff with Wendy Williams, Star, right?
Yeah.
Big salute to Star.
Yep.
He's still doing it on YouTube, and some people look at him and be like, "Oh, look at this old man with his like cheap setup and whatever." But Star is the GOAT. He
started this.
Yeah, like the shock jock era.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They had to like ban him or something. I heard
he got I don't know, fired off of Hot 97. I don't want to say that because like I messed with Star. I don't want to.
Yeah. You better get it correct. With him.
I gotta get correct.
That's why I don't say.
With
I
Mr. Terrain, you know what I'm saying? But like they did the Aaliyah plane crash skit.
Yeah.
Right after she passed, like they made a skit with like planes crashing and stuff like that in the sound effects, and that was not good. It was there's never a too soon when it comes to stuff like that, right? But like they did that like way too soon.
Way too soon.
Right? Like right after. And I mean, like that was like pushing the edges. But at the same time, are people gonna say the same thing? Let's say that happened to Howard Stern. Right? Because Howard Stern has done some crazy.
I don't like Howard Stern too much.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's say Howard Stern starts catching dementia, like God forbid. Okay? But let's say, are people gonna have the same sentiment towards him?
Probably, but I still don't think that's right. Even if someone did something to quote unquote deserve dementia, whatever that even means, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, even if you can argue that, it's still like, at the end of the day, like this is an unfortunate event.
Yes.
Whatever he did in his past, that's like separate than
sinister to think like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
but
internet,
people
bro.
speak about karma. You thinking that and wishing that upon somebody else only brings back karma to you, right?
Facts.
Because if it then it succeeds, then whoa, you put it, you spoke it into existence, and then what? Now something bad is gonna happen to you. Like it's gonna come back to you.
You shouldn't be such a hater that if someone were to get dementia, you're like happy about it. Like who? Like unless this person like seriously like someone that you know, like why are you?
Or was like a real.
Yeah, like a
R-word,
but like
sorry.
yeah, like if it's just someone you're hating on, like a musician or a personality, and you're like, yes, he got what was coming to him. It's like, yo,
same thing happened with Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
When he passed, there was the R.I.P people that were like, damn, you know,
we lost our guy.
We lost our guy, but then there was a bunch of women that were like, good.
Yeah.
Right? Which is crazy.
It's crazy. That is wild.
Like the man's not out here killing people. He's just out here on a microphone.
Yeah, he just told you you're 35 and single for a reason. Like, you know. He kind of opened the floodgates for like the Andrew Tates and stuff.
Yeah.
Like he was kind of the OG of that space, low key.
Yeah.
And he's like almost like he got sacrificed. Oh,
Through a Red Bull. Through a Red Bull, bro.
Is that what happened?
He drank too much Red Bull.
Yeah.
And he had a heart attack?
Something. And he was on top of a girl who was a nurse. Yeah, bro.
Yep.
That don't lie. Holy that. Oh man.
Yeah, the pum pum was powerful, bro.
Right,
but yeah,
listen.
man.
And caffeine.
Salute to Wendy Williams. I just wanted to put that out there. Just you know,
salute to her.
We're out
family.
Get into the more outside of the hip hop universe sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Getting back into our hip hop universe.
What's up?
Kodak Black.
Oh boy.
He's back. He's home. He's touched road.
For how long?
I don't know, bro. He came out with a bang.
Seemed like he wanted to go right back.
I didn't see this yet.
So I have a report via. I probably have to log.
They don't
want to
see you winning.
Okay, I'm just gonna play it now. So this is from Academics' Instagram page. Kodak. Oh, Lord.
We got aggressive with Local 10 News reporter Raj Lowe. Raj is live at the Broward Jail in Fort Lauderdale to show us what happened. Raj.
Look at Raj.
I've been doing this a long time, and let me tell you, this is one of the strangest things I have ever seen.
Great introduction.
Not only did he get aggressive with my photographer, Brian Murphy, but he actually started throwing rocks at this photographer, simply doing his job. Kodak Black.
We love hip hop.
I want you to listen to this for a moment.
Watch this.
Don't throw anything at our camera. Yeah. Don't throw anything at our camera.
From.
Don't throw it at our camera. Got the cops. So what happened after that, and we have more audio that we'll play for you later tonight.
Like it was a cricket ball.
But the way that he popped up from underneath,
like got you.
like he was playing back
Call
in
of
the
Duty.
days. This guy went back to 4 years old, hiding behind the tree.
And you get a dirt bomb. You remember a dirt bomb fight where you pick up all the dirt and you throwing it at everybody? Come on.
Oh man.
Threatened to punch me repeatedly. And, we didn't back down. We're simply doing our job, trying to get this guy coming out of the Broward jail, and you'll see him here. He's been behind bars since December. He was a violation of probation. He was actually free today. He comes out of the Broward jail. I walk up those steps, and there's Kodak Black. And the first thing, I was alone without a photographer. He threatened to punch me. And then our photographer gets up there, and you saw it there on the video. Now, I don't know if we have the capability to do this, but if we can listen to that sound one more time, I want you just to see.
One more time, please. Oh, damn. It's over. So, yeah, Kodak Black, he's going through it once again.
Man.
Thoughts, gentlemen?
Kodak.
Yo, how do you just come out and then go right back in without even
No, he's still on road.
Still on the road.
Okay, so I thought it was one of those situations where it's like, all right.
But do you want to go back in? That's the question.
Dying to go back in, it seems like.
What is in there for you that you want in the dick factory so bad, bro?
No.
Why you want to be in the dick factory, bro?
This guy, bro.
No. But I get it, bro. You come out of there and you see this little white dude with a camera asking you some redonkulous question. Bro.
It's Kodak.
You're attacking like this is a Tupac moment.
Bro, he's a rap star, bro.
I know, but that's
Kodak.
a Tupac moment.
I mean,
remember when Tupac was spitting at the...
True.
That's a Tupac moment.
No one wants to feel like a zoo animal or like a spectacle. And I feel like all these celebrities end up feeling like that when they're followed by paparazzi. Like we've seen Kanye, we've seen a lot of artists kind of like fight back because like they want some type of privacy. And then the other argument on the other side is, well, this is the life you signed up for. This is why you make your money. You have to like be okay with this. But I don't necessarily think you have to be okay with it. Even Justin Bieber and stuff has like fought back. You know what I'm saying?
I'm curious though.
But what?
Where's his handlers?
This is what people were asking when the video first came out. Like, where's his people? That nobody came to pick him up. But
He
people
fired
came.
them.
No, but there was people there that came to pick him up around that were off the camera.
Yeah.
This goes back to the video that we watched a few months ago when he was on the ground doing his little doing his little wild thing, right?
Yeah.
You can see footsteps or like feet in the end of the camera at the edge of the frame, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like your homies are there watching you, filming you, crashing out. So it's not even like, I don't know about handlers, but you got people around. He's never alone. Don't assume that the man walked out of jail. Nobody came to pick. He's a freaking $1 million rap star.
Yeah, but he probably still like, nigga. He's probably like, y'all fired. Probably like, I'll walk home. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
How do you get into
that's
all
the
that?
problem, bro.
How do you get into all that? $1 million have people around you, and they just didn't get you into a car.
$1 million rap star, but he like usually when they come out of jail, it's just from the gate to the car.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
You know, that's it.
Put him in a mink or something. Get into the car.
The hell?
3-4 Escalades. Get in the car. Boom. Let's get out.
Okay,
that sounds normal, right?
Or it's like a few friends with a Ferrari outside, and they're all like, "Yeah, welcome home," and they got shit with money and everything, and then boom, get in the car.
No, but Thrizzle, here's the thing. I bet you that's there. What you just described, it's there waiting for you.
That looks like the side of the building.
Fired. I'm walking home.
No, he probably still got in the car after. But let me throw some rocks at these guys. Nobody gonna stop me from doing that because nobody controls me. I'm just wild.
Yeah.
And then after I freaking almost assault this news reporter, I'm gonna get in the car and then somebody's gonna give me some drugs.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna drive off into the sunset.
That's his Tupac moment.
Yeah. It's not like all that stuff's not there. It's just that they can't control him, fam. He's gonna. You think he jumped in an Uber after he did this?
I'm curious.
Nah, fam. He jumped into a fleet of Escalades like B3 just described.
You have me.
I swear that's how
that sounds ideal. But
I swear that's how it happened. Yo, the man had like the biggest song of 1 year. Like,
yes, he's rich. Nobody's letting the record company's not letting Kodak just walk out of there alone,
man. Yeah, man, that's a good point.
You're right, but
there's too much money online.
Yes, it's just that he's just uncontrollable. So even though you have your handlers might be standing right there, and they're just like,
here he goes again.
he's about to spaz.
Is handler like an official job title, or is it more like a conspiracy kind of thing?
Well, to be whatever it is.
Like a manager, like somebody.
Yeah, I'm just like a handler. Who the fuck is in
PR
control here?
team.
Yeah.
I always thought handlers had to do with some type of hypnosis or
Your
something.
moves?
Yeah, like
Puppeteer.
Well, there is.
yeah, like a puppet. Literally, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
No, there is a job of handlers,
Yeah.
Okay.
right? Where like, for example, the person just fills you in on stuff,
Mhm.
Okay.
right?
This is what you're doing today.
They help you, like you're moving around in big crowds, and they're like, no, talk to this person over here.
Yeah.
You're gonna do this interview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like an assistant.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you need somebody who's your day to day, who
Yeah. Knows
Says,
you best.
Like manages
Yes.
you. Yeah.
yeah, and not one of your homeboys, like somebody that you find that you gain trust, and you're like, yeah, this person has my best interest in mind.
Yeah.
And when they tell me say no, I should just listen to them sometimes.
Yeah.
Handler it assumes some type of authority though, because like an assistant, it's like you're controlling the assistant, you're assisting me. But a
Yeah.
handler, it's like you're like, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like they're
This-
handling you.
Yeah,
Like,
this is your next move. This
Yeah,
is
they
your
give
next
you your
move.
itinerary for the day.
do all these
yeah.
guys have handlers? Like, is that like
a
a
lot
common?
of them don't.
A lot of them don't.
Mm,
Right?
And this is what I'm saying. Was his handler fired?
A lot of them don't have assistants.
Right?
Like,
Mm.
you think a lot of these gangster rappers are sitting around with assistants and stuff, planning out shit? They might have a manager. They all have managers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But an assistant, they all have a publicist and stuff like that. But like, doesn't seem like Kodak knows what the hell's going on, fam. When it's time to go to the studio and make music, that's what he does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Keep him high enough to be inspired, and we can get our product.
mm.
Because nobody's taking care of this guy, fam. For this guy to be able to even throw rocks at a reporter and get on camera, and nobody went and took the footage, nobody's taking care of him, fam.
No.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
crashing out is an economy.
Nobody random telling him, yo, probably don't pick up that rock and like don't do that. You know?
Yeah, but that's not going to make the news if you don't pick up the rock.
exactly.
Right? If you know that your artist is going to pick up a rock and throw it, as long as if you have to pay some shit, here's 10 grand, shut up, Mr. Reporter, whatever. Okay, cool. Let him throw the rock because we're going to get some promotion after this.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
everybody knows he's out now.
Everybody knows he's out with a bang.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm.
Record companies take that, spin that, or a publicist or whatever. This is free PR.
Yeah. 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 Sales went up probably that same day.
Yo, our gangster rapper is that gangster, is even throwing rocks at reporters.
He had his Tupac moment.
Let him crash is what the record company's saying.
I hope he walked home. Like, he was like, yo,
You get kidnapped if
and
you walk
started
home.
what? They ain't kidnapping Kodak. They be like, yo, it's Kodak. Get him in the back, man. Let him. Where you going? You know what I mean?
fan
No
picks him up.
security. Normally, a security would go to the camera like, guys, no pictures, guys. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's-
Nobody, just this guy in a rock. in
That's
his
what I'm saying.
hand.
He fired everybody
Just
that moment.
this one
right
guy in
then
a
and there
rock.
on the
One
spot.
guy and one rock. You know what I'm saying?
Who you say he walked out? Everybody, you're
fired.
all fired.
And then started throwing rocks.
he looked at the rock. He's like, "You're hired."
And started pelting shit. And walked home.
You guys
Walked
fired
home.
the rocks.
And
Got the
walked
job.
home.
This guy picked.
Walked home.
This guy picked up the rock. Like, all right, you're all I need right now.
He gave the stimulus
I
plan.
mean, y'all sleep.
Well, listen, man, I pray for Kodak
Oh my
Black.
gosh.
Even though, like, he's got a little bit of a weird history with us in Toronto where
Yeah,
we're not
yeah.
supposed to give him any kind of love because
None.
he's an op or whatever. But, like, pray for this
Ah.
man, fam. I still, even though he's supposed to be a quote-unquote op, I'm not inheriting anybody's beef. I'm
I
sorry.
got you.
Right?
I got you.
But I still mess with Kodak's music.
Yeah, why not?
He's a good musician.
You know what
At the end of the
I'm
day, yeah, he has bangers.
Yeah.
Right? So,
He's the leader of that era.
That new school.
yeah,
That
yeah,
era,
yeah.
that XXX and all that.
No,
All
just
them
because,
Florida niggas.
we're in Toronto, you know what I'm saying? So I know people
Yeah.
are like, oh, fuck Kodak.
Mans are still listening to
They're
Kodak.
still listening to
Yeah,
come on.
Kodak.
You know what I mean?
Speaking of Toronto, though.
Utopia. An imagined place or state of things in which everything is perfect. But here at our Utopia, nothing is beyond your imagination. We offer an enhanced recording experience located in eastern Toronto. With professional quality recording, mixing, and mastering, we believe that every artist deserves an experience nothing short of utopia. To experience your own state of utopia, visit utopiarecords.ca to lock in your time today.
gun violence up 40% this year.
Not a surprise.
Now, we had a conversation behind the scenes, right? You're saying that it's been wild out there. I did a YouTube live. I was breaking down some of the statistics that they've been out there about how it was trending downward, actually.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, all right, cool. We're trending downward, but this year alone, we're like starting to reach back to the numbers that we were before.
Yeah.
One, why is that? And two, did you guys know that we were trending downward since 2019?
It always seemed like it was consistent or like going up. And yeah, I saw the video you did, and you were saying because people want to blame the blogs or like pages for increasing gun violence, but it went down over.
But it went down.
Yeah. So that's to the second point. To the first point, why is that? It could be like inflation, realistically, or like increased gang. Because I don't know. It's kind of weird to say it's inflation though, because I don't know. People have different reasons for gun violence. It's not always money oriented. Okay, sometimes it's more like gang affiliated.
Let me re-ask you the question. Let me re-ask it and break it down into two parts.
Yeah.
The trending downward, and I have that on the screen here, of the shootings that trended downward since 2019 to 2023. First, why do y'all think that happened?
I think a lot of things weren't being reported. Okay. Because let's say I have a friend that lives in a certain area and shots rang off last night. You could go watch the news. You don't see it. Maybe no police even came around.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't know if someone could have got hit, died, or it was just in the air. Yeah, what I'm saying? So I believe a lot of things aren't getting reported because what they got to do is gentrify some of these areas now. So you don't want to scare the money away. So the government can make it look however the F they want it to look, right?
Fix the numbers.
It could also be a political play to say, look, ever since Trudeau's gotten in, look at the downward trend. Like,
thank you.
And a lot of times these statistical organizations or whoever's conducting these studies, you know, they're working in favor of a particular agency or entity. It's rare that they're super neutral. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they could be looking to make it look downward as a trend.
Yeah.
And they're saying like when I was looking at the graph before, I think the graph came from Rogers Communication, something. So just to put that into perspective as well, because it doesn't come from just like some completely open source, like come from one place. All right.
Yeah. It's controlled.
What do you think, B3? Why do you think that it's trended downward over the years, or did it trend downward?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if I see much of a downtrend with it.
Well, 492 to 344 in 492 in 2019 to 344 in 2023.
Yeah, because is it
that's
because of accessibility of guns nowadays? Is it harder to get guns out here than there was before? Or
I don't think so.
Didn't they just have a huge bust for guns coming from America?
Yeah,
to Canada?
just a year ago or a year and a half ago, Toronto had its like biggest whole like citywide like raid with guns, drugs, all that stuff. But
yeah.
They really cracked down on getting all.
And they were doing the buyback. I don't know how many mans actually did that.
They're doing the buyback here too.
Yeah, they did that, right?
Time.
Yeah.
A long time.
But I feel like that's such a setup. It's like I'm here to sell my guns. Like you're under arrest. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
the buyback.
Yeah, they were buying it back from the streets. So if you brought back an illegal gun and brought it to whatever Toronto police,
you wouldn't be arrested.
You wouldn't be arrested, and you'd get money. I think.
Right.
They'd pay you for the gun.
Oh, that's crazy.
So the ones that you don't want, you just give it to them and buy a whole new bunch of them with the money. But I see it as like that's what they would take and put back into the
$350.
The city's offering $350 for a handgun and $200 for a long gun.
What a ripoff!
Wow.
Right?
Yo, you gotta.
No, but that's actually because that's actual the going rate if you go to a gun store. Let's be real. You could buy something for $5 bills.
If you're buying them legally,
legally,
and this is used, so,
right?
When you're buying them illegally is when it starts to become the guns a couple of thousand.
Right? But in all naturality,
I don't know
if you're a holder, like your license, right?
Allegedly.
Those things are very cheap, man.
So guns are cheap in America.
No, here too.
Here too. If you have a license and you go to a store A gun's not going to be more than $1,000 more
Yeah.
times, unless you're buying like some crazy
Yeah.
super machine gun
Yeah.
wild thing, right?
And you're
Wow.
adding
It's going to
things
be a
on.
few $100s,
Yeah.
right? If
Yeah.
you go to the States, even cheaper.
Yeah.
But now, if you have to go get it off the black market,
Obviously.
The risk,
it's going to be
the
a few
added risk
thousand,
makes it more.
Right.
right?
Interesting.
But the average, but they're still lowballing it as far as what they're offering for the guns.
Well, they definitely know the going rate on the street, and they're not going to give you that, so you could go rebuy a new one.
Go double up on your money.
Right? You gotta
You start using the police as the pawn shop.
Right? Yeah, you gotta throw like at least 5 at them. You know what I mean? To be like, okay, I have a little change to get something. You know?
Yeah,
Go
I gathered
buy a
6 of
gun
them. I
and a
checked,
chain.
I checked between the couches and the chairs. I
Right.
found a couple more.
Yeah,
Put them together.
Like,
Just found them on the back of a bush
Right.
somewhere.
Yeah.
or I confiscated
just
them from people.
unloading your
these
trunk.
ones?
That's so little. That's so little to buy back a gun that it's not even worth it
It's a
to
shitty
sell it back, unless
incentive.
like you found it on the ground.
But
or
yeah,
something,
you show
know
up.
what I'm
You
saying?
show up and you give them the gun, like, and they won't arrest you, but they know that you went and purchased.
You're gonna have to probably register your name, your address. Like they're gonna have a little.
Yeah, they're
So
probably
in
asking
order for them
mad
to buy.
info.
Yeah, like
They
Yeah.
won't just be like, okay,
Okay, we
gun?
got you in the
okay,
system
what,
now.
what's your name? Chad Smith.
Yeah.
Okay, here's your 350.
And guess
You
what?
just walk out.
The
No ID.
the $350 they give you, you got to pay tax on that too, probably. Bro.
Yeah.
You probably got to
Yeah.
report that as income too.
You walk
bro.
out with 150.
Man.
But okay, bust.
So-
you're saying,
the accessibility of it.
you know, in combination, let's say with the 1-2 Mesquite youths that will take back a gun, right?
Yeah, idiot thing.
Right?
Yeah.
So it downward trended, and you're saying it might be just cap.
Yeah.
Right?
Not to say it capped, just not being reported. Yeah, you're right.
Not reported as much, and you're saying there
Yeah.
might be a
Yeah.
political play.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, like falsified stats or
Yeah, man.
like stats in order to prove some kind of like policy change or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, the second part of my question, why do you think now in 2024 that it's up 40%? We're in February. We're not like in like June or something like that right now. We're in February.
You know what's crazy? Like I always thought that like you're safer in the cold months because mans aren't like as outside as they
Mhm.
would be in the summer. But it's been like, I mean, we had an okay winter. Like it wasn't hot, but it wasn't like super like blizzard every day.
Yeah.
Could it
But
be? You
it's
know what
like,
I'm saying?
Nah, man, you have a different perception. When you grow up where some of these guys grow up,
Mm.
it's on any time. There's a war going on outside.
Yeah.
No man is
Mhm.
safe from.
Mhm.
You can run, but you can't hide forever.
You see,
You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
it's a little bit complicated for people who come from that and like, they're living in that environment. They're gonna, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter
It's-
the weather.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
look, an innocent man, so they say,
R.I.P.
R.I.P, right? Was just standing at a bus stop, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And got his TV turned off. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But who knows? If we look deeper into it, for all you know, he could have been something bigger than that. I don't know, right?
Who
But
knows?
but unfortunately, it's a innocent. So it's just like I feel it's mental health. Also, a lot of depression, a lot of fatherless children, men out there that don't have someone to speak to
Mm.
when they're going through the trials and tribulations of becoming a man. Someone stepped on your shoe and like you don't have a man to tell you, man, that's soft, man. You could buy another one, right? You might
Yeah.
have
Mhm.
one that's grown up by a woman and has woman tendencies, and now his mom is gonna give her son the tendency of a woman because of the fact that he's being raised by one, and maybe there's not a man to tell him like, nah, nigga, that's
Stop
not
being
how
so
you
emotional.
right. Don't be
Yeah.
so emotional, right?
Yeah.
Like for someone to pick up a strap, bro, and wake up that morning and have intent of violence on their mind. That's a lot of emotion built up, my guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
A lot of hatred.
that's mental health.
But can we also agree, and maybe this is just me and my brain, because I was saying this on the live, right?
Yeah.
That a lot of that stuff might be a part of a bubble that we're seeing, right? Because you mentioned like, if you come from certain areas,
Mhm.
that's what you see, right? Like it's your reality. But for Toronto as a whole, it's not Toronto's reality. Like Toronto's not an unsafe place to live.
Mhm.
It's a very
These little pockets.
It's
yeah.
pockets.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If you're in certain hoods and you're part of the wagwans that's going on in that area, then you might have to look out for some shit. But if
Yeah.
you're some person who just immigrated from India or Turkey or something, I don't
Mhm.
think you have to worry about
Hold
going to a
up,
corner
but
store.
no, because look, a man was standing at the bus stop, bro.
Yes, in that area where a lot of shit is happening. You know what I'm saying? But like that, and we're talking about that Driftwood area, that we know that area over the years has been notorious for a lot of things happening. There's a lot of stuff that needs to happen over there for that gun violence to stop.
Mm-hmm.
But like Toronto as a whole is not dangerous like that.
No.
Even Scarborough and different places that people have hoods, and like you're not just walking to the no frills worrying about getting your head licked off. Like I don't feel that way, fam. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Maybe me, because of the lifestyle that I've lived in the past, and because like, you know, I'm a public figure or whatever, I'm looking out with a little bit more of a swivel.
Yeah, your head on a swivel.
But if I'm Ranjit, I'm not like, yo, I hope nobody shoots me before I go start doing my Uber today.
Yeah, for sure. You never know. You might have a zooted up kid come in there and be like,
stuff like that
like
you're worrying
this
about, right? But you're not like, yo, at any given time, somebody, you know, I just walk out the house and like it's a shooting going on. Like we're not like in Chicago, fam.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're
For sure.
some of those places, they come out like the residents are in fear, fam. I feel like Driftwood might have that issue. You know what I'm saying? That maybe some of the residents are in fear because they come outside, people are getting, there's bullets flying. You know what I'm saying? But I think that might be a Driftwood issue, fam.
Yeah.
Or just that area, because it's not just Driftwood, there's Sherham, all those different areas that are like very, like it's been known, and not just now over the years, like 2019, like this has been decades, fam.
Yeah, I know.
I remember driving past Shoreham back in the days with my homie, and he was like, yo, that area is called Shoreham, sure shot. You get shot for sure.
Don't give it to them like that. I guess.
No, like people watch, they don't.
Niggas
you know what I'm
know.
saying?
Niggas know.
But like, this is like not 2019. This is like early 2000s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Been
like,
going on since the 70s.
there was no Instagram. There was not even a thought of a 6 sounds or a 6 buzz or any of that stuff. Like there was not even in existence.
No, there were sound crews.
Yes. So maybe we need to do more to fix that area, fam.
Yeah, they're gentrifying it.
Yes, but while gentrifying it, like I had my little rant last time, like really give some equal opportunities to you. Yo, fam, I did some research on that place. There's been times they didn't have running water, fam. This is Toronto, fam.
Yeah.
We're not in the third world country, bro.
I know.
But if there's people who are living in those kind of conditions over there, I could get why they're aggy, bro.
Yeah, and they're hungry and they want to shit, right?
Fam, I watched CP24, North York. And North York is the long area. North York doesn't just go to the west end.
No.
I wait for them to say North York East. But North York East is like Bayview, fam. For like, we're getting really Toronto-centric with our talks here.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody shooting somebody's head off on Bayview and friggin' Shepherd, bro. You understand what I'm saying? But when they say North York, I know they're gonna say such and such and Jane, such and such and Wilson, or something in the West.
Yeah.
So like they need to really do what they need to do to fix up the friggin' West, bro.
Yeah. I live in it.
It's wild, fam.
Yeah, man.
There shouldn't be such an inequality that a majority, I can't say all, but a majority of the gun violence is happening in one area in the city. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely a problem that the city should be addressing, fam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's not a citywide problem. Obviously, Scarborough has its reputation and stuff like that, and there's shooting that happen there too. But fam, bare shooting that I watch on CP24 is always Western.
It's a wild, wild west, man.
Yeah. Fix that shit, fam.
Sounds easy to say, dog, but you know what I mean? It's been eons of that shit.
Generations
man.
of just
bro.
like added. And like you said, like for the average person, like for the average like civilian in Toronto, it's not like that. It's these internal pockets. And I think it's an internal kind of like, I don't want to say cultural issue, but if you subscribe to that way of life and like, you know, these ends are your ops and these ends are your ops, whatever.
Yeah.
That's a totally different. Now you're not even living life. You're living in a war. You're in a state of war.
Mind,
you know what I'm saying?
mind. Yeah.
It's not even like you're in the mindset of, oh, today I'm gonna go do this, go do that. It's like, nah, today, like I gotta survive.
Where are these niggas?
I might be attacked. I might attack someone. You know what I'm saying?
I'm always ready.
And even with the guy who recently got shot, I was talking about my boys, and he's like, oh, like all's fair in love and war. I'm like, bro, this is not a actual war. This is like a feud. This is a conflict, but like a war is totally different. There's like rules of war. Russia and Ukraine right now, that's a war. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But this is like, it is become like a state of war for these individuals where they're like, oh, collateral, like you're from here. I don't care who I shoot. I'm going to kill someone from your area. You know,
if I don't see you, I'm splashing your peeps.
Yeah. And you're going to know who did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you know, with all of that being such a thing for so long, you can't really blame social media if it's always been happening.
It's always been happening.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, man, I mean, banging out like I said, way before Instagram was a thing.
Way before it.
Maybe we get to see it more often.
Yeah.
And just with the news and just everything on social media, we get to see the stuff that's happening so much more than we used to that it makes us get that perception, like, it's like fear mongering.
Yeah.
Right? We're seeing all of the bad shit. You go on Instagram, you're going to see all of the, you know, shooting at this time. We didn't have all that information back in the days. So we didn't know if there was 300 and something shootings in a year or whatever. Like, we're not even going on there wasn't an online to go on to go check that out in the first place.
You have to wait for the paper.
Yes. You got to just believe what they say or not even think about it, fam. You're not even thinking about it. We got way much more. We have way more information. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that we don't have a problem, because we obviously have a problem.
Big problem.
But maybe the problem is bigger than it's not as big as we think because of the amount of information that we have.
It seems bigger than it really is because of all the information. I agree.
Fam, like the news is hot when, like, it keeps people tuned in when it starts with a few shootings and if nothing's happening, if the news kind of light, you're not going to watch like the full 15, 20 minutes on CP24 at 6 o'clock. You're like, hey, nobody got popped. Unfortunately, ain't nothing happened in the city. Nothing's that crazy. All right, switch the channel or go back to YouTube or something.
Yeah.
So, there was a shooting on the West End. It's like, it helps keep people in tune so that they can run their commercials.
Yeah. Tragedy is definitely a little more.
Your watch time stays on.
Yeah, your watch
time stays on.
Yeah.
Yes. But if it's like, you know, somebody got saved out of a cat got saved out of a tree today. And then next in the news, you know, we have some new medicines that are starting to help people. You'd be like,
I'm gonna go to Family Channel.
Yeah.
I'm going over there.
That would interest me though. You know what I mean? Tell you the truth.
Right? You'll be part of the 20% that's left over watching, like, that's pretty interesting.
Did they save the cat or
Tell
not?
me more.
Did the cat come down from the tree?
Meanwhile, I can walk out my house and the same shit's going. So it's like, that's the relief part. That when you see nobody got hit, like, that's good. Because if I'm watching it to make sure it's nobody from my clique.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's the part why I'm watching it, to make sure it's nobody I know.
Not somebody's face on the thing that's on the run or somebody that you know too.
Yeah.
All that wild shit that we be check. I know I be checking for.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's more of a God bless thing when I see no violence going on. You know what I'm saying? If we miss, or even if they missed it, you know what I'm saying? It's
God bless for you, but not for the news station. They're like, man, we ain't getting ratings today.
Well, that's
no shootings and no stabbings.
That's
anyone get jumped? At least.
Well, you know what I mean?
Right?
That's
between that's their conscience.
Imagine they reported like today there were no shootings. Back to Kevin. You know,
back to Kevin.
I would love that.
That'd
shit.
be good.
I'd be like, yeah. All right.
What's Kevin gonna say? I would stay tuned right after.
Like, nobody's reposting that on their Instagram.
You know what I mean?
Unless it's for like a meme joke.
That's breaking.
That's
no shootings today.
You know what I mean? Today was a good day with a Ice Cube face.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You got to run the Ice Cube for the track on the background. You know what I mean? Sound by Ice Cube.
Today was a good day.
But yeah, man, listen, everybody out there, stay safe.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna say stay dangerous. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Okay, I'm not. I know people. We love to adopt those different terminologies from down south, right? I know in LA they're like stay dangerous. Nah, fam, that means go shoot your gun if somebody shoot. No, fam, how about we not just try to shoot each other at all?
Yeah, stay out the way.
You know what I'm
Stay
saying?
safe.
Stay out the way.
Stay out the way.
More peace, guys.
Yeah, more peace.
Can we talk about some music for
Yeah, why not?
the CROOK? The CROOK dropped
Yeah,
some new
why?
stuff.
Yeah, why?
Okay.
Yeah.
Did y'all know that he signed?
Mm-hmm.
You
I
knew
did
this?
not know that.
He got signed to Warner. I don't know if it's a thing that he was keeping on the low. Oh, give me that ear horn. Okay. I got an email from like one of the Warner reps, because I got emails saying, hey, you know, this press release for this, press release for that, right? And I'm driving and I see a press release from the regular people that send me emails, but the one I see is the CROOK. And I was like, What the hell? Why am I getting a press release from Warner for the CROOK?
Yeah.
No, because we're all assuming. I don't think he made an announcement unless I missed it. Because I know the CROOK.
You have to go to his listening party and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yo, CROOK. I don't know if you still got an issue with me, bro. But I still mess with you, fam.
Yeah.
So I got a press release saying the CROOK is not afraid to be different as he taps into his creativity to make himself stand out. February 23rd, 2024. Today, Toronto's The CROOK releases his first single of the year, Fight or Flight. Available on all streaming platforms, the CROOK vividly portrays the intricacies in his life and choices made to protect his community. His narrative prompts reflection and the weight of responsibility. Yo, having a good publicist is good, eh?
Make it sound sweet,
right? Of responsibility, leaving listeners contemplating the path they themselves might choose.
Ooh.
Right, and this is like a long
coming to a theater
email,
Oh
right? With the links and all that stuff to his Twitter and everything. Yo, fam, being signed to a label, you get this, bro. Anytime you drop a song, you should have somebody who's your marketing manager or whatever.
Yeah.
They're sending email blast out to everybody. I got the email blast. So I don't know if this was something on the low. Okay, the comments, people went, yo, we don't do that. Shut up, you guys old heads. Maybe not everybody knew this, fam. The man signed, fam. So you're going to see a different CROOK this year, fam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He already did a show the other day with V's or something like that.
See that? A show.
And it was like by rap season.
You know so it's probably over there on Adelaide.
Yeah, it was somewhere.
Yeah. I forgot the name of that nightclub, but like there's like rap season has a lot of different shows that pop off over there. And you don't even know that they're happening. Then you go and they're like packed.
It's rammed. Place is rammed.
Yo, I feel like that highlighted right now to me like the importance of getting emails and sending emails. Cause I'm like, yo, this is Warner and they're still like blasting emails.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You would think that it's kind of like outdated, even though everyone uses their email. But like I would think we get most of our news from social media, but like they're utilizing their email list, which is probably so powerful. They probably have some like big content.
Yes.
Yeah, their Rolodex is huge.
Let me play this tune here. Give us a little, give the CROOK a little
big.
This YouTube premium break is brought to you by Master Moves Rise. Big salute to Master Moves Rise. Get your apparel, get your custom made stuff from them. Hit them up on their Instagram page, master-move.rise. Same. That whip looks crazy. The budget is coming in.
Got your switches on the back, ain't no need for nigga on his back. They had to lift him up.
It's too much.
I know. It's ready. This is a street banger, dog.
Whoa.
This one you're bumping in the ride. Let's go.
Fam, listen, like I said, no matter what the CROOK got to say about me, they found the right one. I've been saying this.
What I say a rapper's supposed to look like.
Yes, we've been saying this for years. Sign this guy. What are you guys waiting for? Like, yo, and they better not be doing this Canadian bullshit signing too, where they're like they're lowballing man, pause.
Real budget.
You know what I'm saying? Give the man real budget, real features, beats from whatever producer that he wants to get in the studio. Like, let's go, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been working his craft for like years. His flow's always in the pocket. Like,
impeccable.
Yeah, and the whole like lifestyle and look and all that. Man's had cases, all types of stuff like.
Yeah, which is over. Let's not even take it like that.
No, but I'm saying like for all the stuff.
Like the change, like the real growth is what we're looking at, right?
But the check marks that the fans are like, oh, well, you're not real. Okay, well, fam, like I had some real shit happen to me, fam. Like,
you know,
all check.
Yeah, it's there.
Like, do you want it or not?
Yeah, it's 30. It's 30.
You know what I'm saying? 30. And the music's good, fam. Like,
really good.
What person's gonna say no, fam?
No one.
Right?
He's gotta take over.
And you know what it is? It's did it on his own, doc. He ain't need no cosign, no nothing from nobody, man.
Fam, he wasn't signed for years.
He ain't need no cosign either. He ain't looking for no nothing. He's just doing him.
And yo, that industry plant talk that we were talking earlier, I don't want to hear nobody when this man's like, you know, getting on this platinum shit like, oh, that man's the industry plant. Like, fam, we seen that shit, man.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like Crooks and Castle times we seen that shit. You know what I'm saying? You've been hearing the CROOK for a while. So.
Not really.
What?
Not really. Like I heard about him, but I was never like, I was never tapped in like that. From what I see, he's good. I'm sure his other stuff is also good.
Yeah.
If he got signed, I just like how in the email they're like he discusses the decisions he had to make to protect his community while making you contemplate like your lifestyle choices. And I'm hearing it, I'm like, oh, it just sounds like some hard rap. You know what I'm saying? Like
they dressed it up nice.
They dressed it up super nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that he's an actual MC from based on what I'm seeing. So if he's representing the city, then that's good, man.
And yes, he raps like, you know, he's still giving you bars and stuff like that. So people like when they start moving him around down south, which I hope is the plan, right? He could pop up at a radio station.
Yeah.
Go give them 100 bars.
Oh, he will.
Right? That goes viral, fam.
Yep. He gonna do the sway. He gonna get the sway.
Go to Sway, go to Flex, go to all those places. Bare chains on
the radar.
And just on the radar, right?
You know what I mean?
Go kill that shit.
Yeah.
Those will get mad clips all over the place, man.
Yeah.
So wait, if Warner's to sign you, is that like technically he's getting a loan from the record label to create? And then he has to recoup, but then they're going to also make sure that he has like some type of visibility or whatever.
Yes, you get the machine behind you, but you still owe that money.
That's scary. That's like a high interest loan, or you know what I'm saying?
The cons.
Yeah, but if you already have it, maybe it's a way to.
Yeah, you might.
You could, you know.
You got to tour, man, because it's going to be hard to recoup just from streams.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard to have it when it comes to the machine, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care, you know, and we're not putting CROOK in this category, but you could be the guy who has the most work and have the most money before you got into this rap shit. And the money that the record company can loan you to really blow up, you have to give them all of your stash money to pay them back if you don't recoup.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they can really push the button and spend like $2 million in a year on you.
One time.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you're out there now, but you're still owed them $2 million. You know what I'm saying? So it's a dance. Like, you know, all the power to the CROOK, and it's a good thing that he signed. But now he really has to play this smart, fam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he will. I believe he will.
What issue do you and him have? Like, I wasn't aware.
He said, I'm washed up, fam. You're not doing no more interviews with us.
How are you washed up? Like, this guy's growing every day. You're like, you know what I'm saying? You're
I got check mark now, fam. You gonna pull up? What up?
Definitely not washed up.
He'll pull up. You know what it is? Just don't cut up the interview 100 times and put it out there. That's all he doesn't want.
Oh, fam.
He doesn't want the Friday Ricky viral shit.
Oh,
no, he wants the real shit. He wants you got to do an interview with him like how you did it with Haviah. Pull up to where, you know.
Like a
drones out and stuff. Yeah. That's how it has to happen. You know what I mean? Could happen.
We'll talk about it, BTS. You know what I'm saying? But salute to the CROOK, though. You know what I'm saying? We proud of you, fam. Keep doing your thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna talk about these migrant stuff that's going on over here. Big salute to Steamin' Hot Grabba with a variety of different grabba flavors and dispensers. They got red rose grabba, that red herring grabba, and peanut butter. Hit them up on their Instagram page, Steamin' Hot Grabba, and use the code WeLoveHipHop and receive a discount on your order. Again, you can find them on Instagram, Steamin' Hot Grabba. Now let's get back to the show. Cheer. Have you guys been keeping up with what's happening here? Like 3 migrants passed away over in a Mississauga hotel. Maybe about 3-4 days ago.
From where? What country are they from?
Where are they from?
I think it was one of the African countries. Bless you. All right. It was one of the African countries that have been the refugees that have been coming here, right?
Okay.
But I've been keeping up with a lot of this stuff from like Joe Rogan podcast, different places. The States is having a different problem, I think, than what we're having over here. Because I feel like the complaint that's happening, like say in New York City, is that they're giving all of these people a bunch of money, hotels, different things like that.
Yeah.
And I hear over here, and I've been looking it up, trying to find like how much money that we're giving to migrants here.
Yeah.
I don't think we're doing the same thing over here.
Oh, the migrants are broke over here.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, you guys can come here, but we ain't gonna do nothing for you.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not refugee.
Not to mention everything's
refugees
mad expensive over here too.
Yeah, but they're still putting people up in hotels when they can. But like, if 3 people died in a hotel, then I don't know about those conditions. You know what I'm saying? And there's been mad, like we reported when there was a bunch of them on Peter Street and Richmond. that were like outside of a shelter because there was no more room in the shelters for them and stuff like that. So here's my thing. Because in the States, the problem that they're having is with the borders.
Yeah.
Okay. And, you know, just the, like, it's a touchy subject because people want to seek refuge from their countries. But like, fam, it makes it kind of weird when it comes to, one, not having enough room. And two, some of the people that are letting into the country are coming in for like trafficking and all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was watching on Joe Rogan. They're saying a border guard, he knows that some of the kids that are coming up there, like the person that's coming to pick them up is coming to bring them not to their family.
No. That's why guys like Alex Jones are at the border in a couple days to like stop some of these things, right? Because it's like it's happening and Biden opened up the border, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's
it's
starting to give us it's bleeding over to us too, because some of the people that are coming from like the American side are coming up through here.
Yeah, Maine.
And there's a border crossing over in Quebec.
Okay.
That's open, that a lot of people just walk through.
Wowzers.
There's no border patrol there?
No. There's a loophole.
What
the heck?
Y'all didn't know about this?
I know
loophole?
about it. I know about it. That's how certain mans are getting across who are on the run.
Yeah.
I don't want to give it away now. So we got the RCMP standing there tomorrow. Like.
So, like, do we have an immigration problem here?
Yeah, but
I'm asking a touchy question because, like, we're a welcoming country, and you know we're all products of immigration, fam.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. All our families, all our parents came from different countries, right? So, like, on one side, like, obviously, it's a good thing. Right. And no, I'm not going to act like all of our families. I know for me, like, we've had people in our basement before. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day.
Yeah.
Right. But it's not what's happening now. Right. Like, is it out of control? Like, are y'all cool with it?
Not really. If they have nowhere to live, if you got 25 people living in a basement, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then it's like it's harder for me and you to now buy a house because they, you know, it's so high up.
Bro, a shared room is like minimum $1,000.
I know two people
up here in Scarborough
sharing a room in a house, and they pay $200 like in the same room for the same room.
That is kind of a deal. I'm not gonna lie.
That's kind of
that's
but
send me that.
How you're speaking about it, like that's the deal, bro. You should be able to buy it, rent a flipping 1-bedroom bachelor. Back in the day, a bachelor used to be like $5 bills, $7 bills, bro.
Yeah, $5 bills
for a one bed.
That's how much it is for
right?
one room, 1 bed. That's it.
Yeah, but if you can't work
But
because you're not documented, then that's another problem.
That too.
But here's the thing. I think because I'm an immigrant, my parents were immigrants. I love what Canada has done for my family. I think the problem we have is not necessarily immigrants, but it's people coming as students.
Yes.
They go to these random private colleges that are like made up. They're like, oh, you can study like business administration. You just got to show you have a little bit of money in your bank. And then the people in India or whatever were like, oh, don't worry, you can find a job there. You can find a job there. You can find a job there, right?
Yeah.
Now you're oversaturating the market. You're creating these like illegal residences in Brampton where like they're renting out to like 10 people. They even had like a council about that. A bunch of people in Brampton walked out of the meeting because they're trying to regulate their renter kind of like rights and stuff, because these guys are like illegally renting to like these Punjabi students, you know, and it's hard for them.
Their own people too.
Yeah, it's their own people. It's hard for them because now they're coming to Canada with false expectations. It's hard for us because we also have to deal with the subsequent increase or like the effects, and then the job market becomes more competitive as well for the locals. They had a job fair at Pearson International Airport. The amount of people that were there is crazy.
All the jobs gone. Bye guys.
They're like, yo, the job fair's closed. You know what I'm saying?
That's wild.
Yeah.
Right?
I think
job fair closed, grand opening, grand closing, opened it, all the jobs
never mind.
gone.
We actually don't need, we thought we needed to hire a lot of people. We're good.
Line up around the corner.
Yeah, like honestly, it's hard to become an immigrant in this country. There are people, and I'm not gonna say too much, but there are people who will pay Canadians to get married so they can become Canadian.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can get a Canadian passport. They will pay someone like us 10, 20, whatever, how many bands, marry me on paper, Boom, let's take some pictures, show that we're
Have
together.
the whole wedding and everything.
Have a wedding, get legally married.
Yeah.
Boom, you get your Canadian citizenship. Okay, we'll play it cool for a little bit, then we can, go our separate ways. So there's a demand to be Canadian. I just think that we're being too greedy by letting too many people in or not spreading it out evenly across the country. Everyone's coming to Southern Ontario. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that too. Or like I think in the West Coast they're having an issue with that too. But one of the things you said too with the fake marriage and stuff like that, I experienced that. One of my exes went through that. Yeah. With an Asian guy. Asian guy had money. Paid her like I think 20 racks or whatever at the time. This is like early 2000s and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm not gonna put out any names.
Yeah.
But like going back to like the stuff that cause I listen to a lot of Rogan. Okay.
Yeah.
They're saying that there's a lot of like Chinese immigrants that are coming in like through the different pipelines and stuff like that. And they're starting to like go and inhabit areas around our military bases.
Where? In America?
In America.
Okay.
Like there's like a map that they were showing of all of these different like areas where like where they're getting most of their cribs and they're around military bases. And there's also the talk of people coming and getting like ghost apartments or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Your ghost condos and stuff like that. You get a condo in downtown Toronto or downtown whatever, but nobody lived there. It's just some Chinese guy who owns it.
And in China.
In China. You ain't even here.
Yeah.
Right? So then you got guys that have come down here and they might be, and I'm getting super on my conspiracy theory right now. Hold on. We need the sound effect.
I see where this is going.
Yeah. Who come down here, right? And they start planting themselves around. You're not running from your country if you got a bunch of money and you could pay a chick to get married. You're coming here because you want to be here to get a piece of wagwan. It's not like, oh, I'm looking for a better life. No, fam, you're coming here with a plan.
Yeah.
Oftentimes it's to launder money from their home country into property, into real estate. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest, because if you're rich, Canada is not the place to come and be rich. You go to the States if you're trying to, or like you go to like some random European or like in the islands where there's less tax.
Go to
Dubai
Ibiza or something.
Yeah, you don't come to Canada being like, this is where the capitalists, thrive. Canada's the worst for that stuff. We have too much taxes, so it's like it's a money laundering thing for a lot of those owners. And they even did a thing where they temporarily banned foreign home ownership for like 2 years in Ontario or something because it was becoming a problem. These guys are just buying out everything, increasing the prices for us.
Yeah.
And some of these buildings wouldn't even be completed.
Yeah. And some of that stuff, some of those things could be business and some of that stuff could be for military reasons in the future.
Yeah, that's what it is. Move them closer so they could do their real attack. Remember, they already had police stations here.
Yeah, and they have spies.
Yeah, they were doing their thing.
The Wawa and all that.
Yeah. They're here to take it up.
Those guys are in Africa too, the Chinese now.
What?
Like, they're
and
they're everywhere.
Salute to all
Shout out to the Chinese, bro.
Yeah, but like, we're not talking about the people. We're talking about the country and the government.
Empire. Almost. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Strong
like,
empire.
Who really controls it.
Yeah. So yeah, man. We have an issue with the migrant thing, but like I said, it's not the same as in the States because like I haven't heard of us like throwing mad money at them and they're sitting up in hotels, but like that guy might be a cartel leader or a trafficker or something, and now you just gave him money and a hotel room.
I know, and he's like, okay, now we start that process right now.
Right?
We throw money at the refugees, so that's who it's not just the regular migrants or immigrants, it's refugees. If you come here as an official refugee,
you're getting
you're up, bro.
You're up,
you're making more money than me right now.
Yeah, really.
They pay for your crib. They might pay for like other services and stuff. And
interesting.
There are people who will rent out their crib to these refugees via the government. The government will easily overpay you to rent out your crib to these refugees. So it's interesting, but like even I'm Syrian. There were a lot of Syrian refugees, same thing. They were making a lot, and a lot of people were complaining, and I understood. People are like, yo, I've been Canadian my whole life. I'm struggling. These guys come here out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And now they're like, they have a place. They have, you know what I'm saying?
Can I hold something?
Yeah. Like, I've been paying taxes my whole life. So
my mom Dukes is struggling and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I can definitely imagine the frustration, especially if like you're like 8th generation Canadian. You know what I'm saying? Like you're already cheesed at the immigrants. Now the refugees are coming and taking your shit.
Yeah. It becomes a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But listen, man, salute to everybody out there who's trying to live a better life. You know what I'm saying?
Salute.
Yeah, man. We're out here in the line of milk and honey too, I guess, right? I got a one of the mod things of the week. Let me see if I can find that damn sound effect.
Mud Ting.
Thinking of my ting.
Boots girls. So there's a trend going around, and this is on Facebook. Salute to my girl. She found this here. These girls are going around.
You can't do it. Usually when a boot man will catch us unlocking a boot, he'll first be like, hey, and instantly pull out his phone.
Two anonymous Atlanta women.
They're fighting back against the private parking industry's practice of booting cars.
The boot girls in Buckhead are two best friends with a key that unlocks metal boots, and they're making hundreds of dollars using it.
We don't got no beef with the people that put boots on the cars, but we gonna take it off.
I love it.
Yo, there's a one key that controls all the
key.
The master key.
They got a master key for all of them.
A master key. A man used to work there. They know him.
What?
You got that's an inside link.
Yeah,
that's an inside link.
And they're going around, and this is courtesy of Vice TV, and they're unlocking people's boots. You know?
Right? You want to make some quick cash, girls?
Yeah.
Like, no, you ain't even got to sell your ass. Watch this.
It's like Robin Hood, kind of like it's like
pretty much.
I like it. Yeah.
You put out an ad, yo.
Yeah, but how many
got the
boots
boot
are,
on your car? Call us.
Yeah.
How many boots are given out for them to be making cash like that? It's like,
Fam, there's a lot of people hard on their luck, bro.
Yeah.
They didn't make that car payment for 2 months. Next
Or
thing
tickets.
you know, or tickets like out the
Tickets.
wazoo. Yeah, that's
Tickets,
where it gets
what
you.
it-
It's the tickets.
It's
the
the
tickets.
tickets out there.
Right? You didn't pay all these unpaid parking tickets. Next thing you know, you come out of the building to get some food. There's a boot on your car.
Yeah, it's not gone, but there's a boot.
Yeah, you ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Call shorties. They'll come through. Unlock that for you. Give them a little change.
That's amazing.
You know what I'm saying?
That is sick. We need something like that here, but for parking tickets. Like, can you undo my parking ticket?
Oh man, go to the registration place for me.
Yeah. We need an insider who could just undo it.
So somebody go stand in the lineup at Service Ontario for me. Go pluck the number and go sit there for me. Call me when you're ready.
Nah, it's online now.
Listen, fam, I went in there the other day, bro. I was there waiting mad long, and I was just like, please don't get recognized. Don't get recognized. Yo, Friday, what are you doing here? Oh, I want with your sneakers, fam. You don't have the cleaners? You know what I'm saying? Because
get at you.
Like it goes back to like, you got to make sure that you're always like
on point.
Because somebody see you on road, they're like, "A lie, that's you." And you're like in your dirtiest friggin' tracksuit.
You know what? I've been dressed down before, and I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Nigga would know, like, nigga on his grind.
Got to call Boots girls, man. Get you right out of there.
Where
Right?
they said they're in Atlanta?
Atlanta, yo.
Yeah.
Jeez,
It's Atlanta the scammers, yo.
Yeah. They got the master key.
Yeah. That's why they got the balaclavas and stuff on, fam.
Right?
How do you just get the master key? That is like that begs the question. Like,
That's
was you
the
dealing with a dude who was working
or
in
their
there? You know what I'm
daddy.
saying?
He was like, yo, you guys want to make some fast cash?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they might be smashing one of the guys over at
Right?
the, one
And
of the
And he got fired from there. And he's like, but I have this.
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
He could be behind the whole operation.
Of course he is.
That too, get in his cut.
Right?
He could be the pimp.
Yeah. Cut that key
Pimp, the
100
pimp.
times and be ready. Anybody want a job? Pimp. What I got.
Well, salute to the Boots girls. You know
Yeah,
what
they're
I'm saying?
pimping life right there. I like that.
Yeah, I just wanted to
Yo, you
let-
should get them on the pod, like a Zoom or something.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Hit 'em up.
I'm gonna reach out to them still.
Boots
I'm gonna go
girls.
find their Instagram.
Yeah.
I want to end here with a little bit of trivia.
Okay.
Okay. I got a few trivia questions that I was looking up. Something that popped into my head, actually, right? Okay. Let's start here. We'll do comics first, but then we're gonna get into the hip hop stuff. Okay. Because the first thing that pops into my brain is, does anybody know what the DC in DC Comics stand for?
Oh.
Or DC movies?
Couldn't tell you.
Because this is just something that I was just driving and I was like, the podcast I was listening to, they were talking about DC and Marvel, and I was like, I wonder if anybody would, my nerd ass knew, right? But I was like, I wonder if anybody even knows what the DC and DC stands for.
What does it stand for?
Detective Comics.
I thought it would be Detective something.
Yeah, it was
Interesting.
Detective Comics because back in the days, and I'm just paraphrasing from my own memories with being like an old comic collector.
Mm-hmm.
like they didn't have like no mutants and stuff like that. Everybody was like regular people that were like kind of vigilantes.
Yeah, and then the Marvel was
the mutants and all these different people that were born with powers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But DC was guys like Batman and maybe Superman was like the most like he was a freaking alien.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But even him, he was like fighting crime all the time.
He had a regular job too.
Yeah.
Vigilante.
Yeah. Okay, so I got a few more. Ice Cube plays which character in the 1995 film Friday?
Wait, we don't say it though.
I need questions around the room.
Oh, Craig.
I would but okay, I need first and last name of Craig.
Ooh.
No.
I don't know last name of Craig.
Because he kept on saying Craig, but he never said the last name.
I don't want to sound racist, but Craig Smith.
Close.
Williams.
Robinson.
The name
Robinson.
is
Ferguson.
Oh my gosh.
Williams.
I think it was Craig Jones.
Jones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I got another one for you here. Which rapper had the 2015 reality show called Follow the Rules?
I have an idea, but just based on the name, I don't actually know.
Had the show? What do you mean?
Ja Rule.
I was gonna say Ja Rule. Is that right?
Ja Rule.
Okay.
The answer is Ja Rule. I found this website here. It's called Trivia Quiz Nights. Okay, it's big salute to them. They got a bunch of different like questions and answers in here. So I'll even shoot a few at y'all and see if y'all know. Okay, which former rapper stars in the Ted film as John Bonet? Y'all remember that movie Ted with the?
Yeah,
with
I
the
do remember Ted
with the
the stuff the teddy bear or whatever.
Yeah.
Former rapper.
The first one or the second one?
So which former? Oh, I know there was two of them. Yeah.
There's two.
Oh, it just says Ted.
Can we get a hint?
John Bonet.
Can we get a hint?
I don't even know the answer to this. I'm gonna have to scroll down to get the answer.
Yeah.
Can we? Mark Wahlberg directed Ted. Mark Wahlberg's from Boston. I'm trying to see if there's some kind of connection I can build. What rapper would Mark Wahlberg be so close with and is also an actor?
Okay, do y'all see any of the answers here? No?
No.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. Because you said Mark Wahlberg, it's very, very closely related to him.
Is it a white rapper? Vanilla Ice? No.
No. It is a white rapper.
I knew. Okay. Boston.
Okay. Former rapper star in Ted film as John Bonet. The answer is Marky Mark.
Marky Mark.
This is him himself, man.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's like a trick question.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I got one more for y'all. Okay. And there's a bunch of them in here. Like this one is an easy one here, right? Eminem appears in the 2002 film. What is said in this? Well, actually, this might be a little bit harder. What is said in the script contains autobiographical elements from his life. So, what film does he appear in that has autobiographical things from his life?
Obviously, 8 Mile.
8 Mile. Like that's the question number one. So they start super easy, and then by the time you get to 10, they start getting into like Craig Jones. Not everybody knew that his last name was Jones. You know what I'm saying? We just kept on hearing Chris Craig. You know what I'm saying? Okay. How about this one here? Who stars in the Marks in FX in the FX TV series Atlanta? They also created the show.
Gambino?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Easy.
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover.
Okay, so who appears as Jamal King in the 2001 film How High?
Redman.
What's the name? No. Ray Allen.
No, Redman. Isn't it Redman?
Redman.
Yeah.
Redman.
Also, except Reggie Noble.
Reggie Noble. Okay.
All right. So listen, man.
That was such a good movie.
Oh, How High. Sorry. I was thinking something else. My bad.
And I never even seen that movie, so like.
You never seen How High?
I never seen it.
You have to watch that. That is
It's
one of the
Method
best
Man
weed movies ever.
Redman.
Yo, I don't
so
know.
funny.
I've skipped a lot of movies over the years.
It's on Netflix too, bro. You should watch it.
I'll
You
catch
have
up.
to, bro. You'll love it. I've watched it so many times. It gets funnier each time. It's so good.
Well, listen, man, I just wanted to put just test y'all's like hip hop knowledge or pop culture knowledge here. You know what I'm saying? I'll put a couple of questions in the comments or in the description so that people can answer those questions and get the tickets for the junk show.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
That's fair.
Yeah. Let's wrap it up for the evening here.
We love hip hop.